people who are not here, who are going to come late. I think probably all of you know Professor Merle Ricklefs from the lecture this morning. His research and his ideas on the early history of the civilization in Java especially. I don't know if you're going to talk about all of Southeast Asia or all of Southeast Asia.
Island Southeast Asia.
Okay, island Southeast Asia. So, without any further introduction, I think I will turn the class over to Merle, and we have 2.5 hours. Normally we take a 10-minute break in the middle, and how you would like to use that time is really up to you. How much of it you'd like discussion and how much of it you'd like to give us as lecture is also up to you. These students are good at asking questions and giving critical feedback, so you might enjoy hearing their feedback. If I can just say briefly, we have here students from Egypt and America and Poland and Serbia and the Philippines and Indonesia, mostly Indonesia. We have Christians, Muslims, majority Muslims, and we have very mixed variety of backgrounds. Some have backgrounds in anthropology, some in religious studies, some in Islamic studies, some in Christian theology or ethics, some in art history, some in philosophy. So we have an interdisciplinary as well as an international group here who have quite a variety of different backgrounds. Some of these students are from the first year, most are from the second year. This class is actually from the second year. But there are a couple who are taking it the second time around either because they were disappointed in the first semester and wanted to learn more the second again, or because they just love history and want to have time to read more. So maybe I've now introduced them to you a little bit. I think you all know Professor Ricklefs is at National University of Singapore, where he's been for 5 years. And prior to that, you were in
Great Britain. It's very complex. It's very complex. So Melbourne before that, AD before that, Monash before that, London before that.
And for your next assignment, you're going to move to Georgia?
Next assignment, I'm going to retire.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie, and nice to meet you all. Bernie asked me to speak English. That makes sense, because obviously not everyone here is comfortable in Indonesian. Nanti kalau ada sesuatu yang tidak jelas, silakan tanya saja. Saya bisa berusaha untuk menjelaskan. Bernie also asked me to talk about the early stages of Islamization in Southeast Asia. So what I'm going to do today is simply look at the very earliest evidence we have of the spread of Islam. And I think that we'll talk about details. If you want me to go back and get names right or whatever, that's fine. But the details, the names of sultans, the names on graves probably aren't as important as the general pattern of things, the sequence of evidence that we find. I might write a few things on the board, but the important point I think I want to make to you is this early evidence is very, very patchy. A lot of it is very uninformative. It's actually very hard to know about the early stages of Islam in Southeast Asia. But all I can do today is to tell you what the evidence is, and what we can or can't make of it. But we should start by getting rid of a piece of false evidence. In some of these sources on Islamization, you will find mention of a gravestone at Leran in East Java, which is dated 1082. These are Western dates, common here. And there are those who want to say, well, that proves that Islam was being established in Indonesia from the 11th century. Even when that stone was first studied,